All right, so we back again with yet another very budget-friendly case. I've had this case actually probably since I got the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Slapped it on my phone yesterday, and I was just like, okay, this case is a sleeper, man. And I gotta tell the people for 20 bucks, this is a case that everybody should just go out there and get and just have as a little backup. I like to have backup in secondary cases in case your big boy go down and you gotta wait a few days to get it shipped in. Always have a backup on deck. But for this price, I think it's so good that it can become a lot of you guys daily case. Now, yes, I do have my Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey. I want to know where your NFL teams are down below. It is the playoffs. If I got any Washington Commander fans in the chat, I want all the smoke because we putting belt to you know what when it comes to Sunday. But let's go ahead and look at the actual case itself. This is going to be the Ringke Onyx MagSafe case. Yes, I'm late. I'm sure tons of people have done videos on this already, but I'm just slapping it on my phone and I'm really starting to know about this case. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. This thing is actually really, really good. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, when it comes to looking on Amazon and looking at what they have so many different colors of this case. I decided to go with this little camo version. That just looks pretty dope in my opinion. Now, this is going to be a flexible style case. Now, don't get that mixed up to say, T, wait a minute, man. This thing just bends a little bit too easy. Trust me, when you get it on your phone, although it is a little bit flexible, things do fit very snug and just really good for, once again, that $20 price point. For 20 bucks, you usually don't get that good of a fit and different things like that. But this one and the Rebel Air are very close in comparison, but this one just got a little bit more sauce, I think, than the Rebel Air. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. On the inside, no soft lining, no any of that. $20. Remember, man, $20 is going to be the price point for this bad boy. You're going to get those magnets, which also are surprisingly very strong. Flipping it over on the back, they have that nice camera protection that I really like. I don't know. I'm a sucker for having the little individual circles for the cameras. It just also looks good and gives you a little bit more protection, and we'll see that coming up here in a few. On the sides, you do get some grips on the sides, very subtle, Ringke branding. You have your embossed, just basically your embedded buttons, no standalone, no aluminum buttons, nothing like that. And you get your cutout for your camera control. Not sure if they are going to update this. Once again, people ask me all the time, T, are they going to update? I don't know. I don't know what some of these companies are doing. They'll email me and tell me they're updating it. Some just leaves me in the wind, kind of like they do with you guys. So I don't know more than you guys know sometimes when it comes to these cases. But other than that, looks pretty good. On the corners, you see it has like a little bump edge for maybe a little bit more protection. Flip it over on your bottom. All of your cutouts are good to go. So let's go ahead and bring the scale over here, see what this bad boy is weighing. This is a fairly light case, so I don't expect it to be a super heavy case. 42 grams. And in my opinion, that's pretty light for what we've been seeing recently when it comes to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, let's go ahead and slap this thing on. Now, I don't think this is going to give us that real good smack that we expect, but it was mid. You know, it was very mid when it comes to that. Dropping it back on scale, Ringke Onyx MagSafe plus the 16 Pro Max, 285 grams. All right. So let's just go ahead and take a look at it with it in the case. Now, when you slap this phone on, you will not know what color your iPhone is. For people who out there that may matter, you might want to see your camera layout. You won't see it when it comes to that because everything is covered. And the only thing that you see is going to be those actual circles for the cameras. So let's go ahead and round the case. Now, when it comes to the lay on the table protection, I'm looking at it, and what this case has, it has a case of the elevated side. So as you can see right here, it's going to have a bump. It's going to get flat when it comes to your middle, and then it's going to raise up on the edges again, which allow you to have that lay on table protection and allow you to do all of your swipes just a little bit more comfortable if you are a person who games or something like that. But it's definitely going to help when you set it down on the ground. Well, not hopefully you ain't setting it on the ground. Don't put it on the ground. Don't drop it. But when you set it on the table or something like that, you'll be good to go. Now, drop protection, this thing really doesn't have a bunch of shock absorption. It's kind of a thin, minimal case in my opinion. So I won't go tossing this down any stairs or doing anything crazy. Light, medium, just everyday dings and dangs. All right. Nothing heavy duty. You're not getting a bunch of shock absorption, but for what it is, it's not that bad. Timber glass screen protector, and for that $20 price point, they do give you those raised edges. So I feel like that's going to be a very nice touch when it comes to this case. Now, how does this case fit on the phone? And this is the one thing that surprised me. Now, Ringke has always fit pretty good, but I've been scrutinizing them because I feel like, Ringke, you just got to do a little bit more. Your cases have been very stagnant for all these years. It's time to put a little bit more engineering in your cases and give us a little bit of the high quality stuff, all right? But when we're talking about the fit on this $21.99 case on Amazon, up here, when you pull it, no, you get a little movement, not much at all. Coming down the sides, you do get a little movement, but this is all very stiff steel for this case, and the material that will kind of throw you off when you first see it, but when you get it on the phone and start testing it, you find out it's actually pretty tight. Now, it does move over here by the camera control button a little more than I want, but I'm not too big of a stickler on it if this space kind of snaps back into place and I don't see any bezel. Sometimes a phone case should have a lot of play. You do it like that and you'll be able to see a little bit of the bezel sticking out. I don't see that when it comes to this Ringke Onyx. So I would like for this to be tightened up a little bit, but I'm not going to be too anal about it because it does pop back into place and it does not show me any bezel. Going on down the bottom, once again, you get a little bit of movement, but nothing too serious. So overall, the fit all around, when we're talking about the pull test, fits very snug. Let's go ahead and see how those pops sound. Okay. Decent. Decent. All decent, nothing too crazy when we talking about snapping and popping it on, nothing ridiculous, but the fit is there. Once again, $21.99. You gotta kind of lower your expectations when it comes to cases this price, but for what they are delivering, when it comes to the fit for a $20 case, you can't really beat it out there for this price point. Now, how does it feel in your hand? This case, I feel, it is just very thin. In my opinion, it is very thin. It does not give bulk when you are using it. And also, real fast, this is what I like when it comes to camera protection. I almost forgot about it. Even though, they give you extra lip, this is what I like when it comes to camera protection. This is giving me the protection because your cameras are actually visibly recessed down up in there. Sometimes when you just get that little ring, you truly wonder how good the cameras are protected. You don't got to worry about that when it comes to the Ringke Onyx. You see that they are in there very nice and protected with that extra tidbit going around that camera area. I just really like when companies do something like that. It just looks better in my opinion. But the feeling in hand, phones feel very thin. It does not feel bulky. It feels like you have a minimal case on your phone. The grips, I feel like, do a decent job. Do they grab in your hand something like a Phone Rebel Air or a Kadabe Synthesis or something like that? I don't think so. They're a little bit more toned down, but for this subtle style case, you don't really want anything too exaggerated when it comes to grip. So these little, very faint micro dot texture, I feel like it does just good enough to give you the grip that you need. And there's no sharp corners. Everything is, of course, rounded out. As you can see, the corners, everything is rounded. Nothing is digging in your hand. Everything feels good when we are talking about holding this case. So if it's pretty comfortable in the hand, not overly grippy where it can be aggravating to some, but I feel like it does have just enough. Now, of course, they don't have that camera control button, but if you want to get the camera control, you can get to it. This little front lip doesn't feel like it's interfering too much. How many of you out there in the section, in the comments, use camera control? Y'all let me know. And what do you use it for? Do you use it just activate your camera or whatever you do? Let me know in the comment section. I still don't use the button. The only time I press the button is when I do these YouTube videos. All right. But let me know in the comment section if you use the camera control. So that's going to be how it feels in the hand. Feels pretty good. Camera control is really not blocked or anything. They leave plenty of room so you can get in there pretty good. All of your edges are smoothed out. So when you're using it, it is comfortable. Does not feel like that's something that's an afterthought or very uncomfortable. Now, let's go ahead and test out the MagSafe. Once again, the MagSafe was very surprising when I slapped this bad boy on. So of course, slapping down on MagSafe works just fine. And let's see if that Ringke Onyx has been in the gym. And yes, it has. Once again, y'all, do I gotta reiterate this? Can I get to this camera right here? Look, $21.99 for this case, and it's picking up my base with pretty good confidence, as you can see right here. So that is a great sign to see, a great thing to see 100% when we are talking about this case, because a lot of times this price point, you're getting mid magnets. We see cases that's more expensive than this with mid magnets. And the fact that this case can pick up my base, $21.99, I got to keep reiterating that. Once again, this is a very close competitor to the the Phone Rebel Air. Now, let's go ahead and get into the MagSafe test. And let's go ahead and pop a wallet up here. So if you did want to use a wallet, it's pretty good. I mean, you see it does have a little bit of movement, but it's nothing that's just going to be too exaggerated. It may move a little bit, but it tends to kind of pop right back into place. So that magnet is pretty strong up there, because if it wasn't, this thing will come flying right off or anything like that. Now, let's go ahead and get into the MagShake test. And I do want to show y'all, I told y'all I had a few little dents and holes in my wall. Let me just go ahead and show y'all that for all the people who think I'm lying. There it is from the MagShake test. Y'all see that? This is why I do it for y'all. But that's a pretty deep one right there. That's a pretty deep one. So I told y'all I take it for the team when it comes to the mag shake test. I gotta destroy my own home that I paid a lot of money for. But for y'all, guess what? I need to put a crash pad over there for when I do this shake test. But let's go ahead and get to it because we got another one and we gonna see what this bad boy does. So popping this MagSafe magnet up here. Let's go to light shake. All right. All right, light shake. All right, I ain't really been having a whole bunch of heavy shakes, y'all. When's the last heavy shake that we've had when it came to a mag shake test? But as you saw, man, with light shake, this did come flying off, as you can see. But I do not dictate this to say that as a weak MagSafe magnet. Y'all saw I picked my MagSafe base up just fine. I'm going to say this case right here has plenty strong magnets for whatever that you want to do. So the Ringke Onyx, $21.99 over on Amazon. Get it for the iPhone 16 series. I know they have it for the Pro models. I'm sure they got it for the other models as well. Comes in a few different colors. You can get this camo or you can tone it down and get something kind of a solid black, gray, purple. They got a bunch of different colors over there for you to check out. Once again, this is going to be a great case, and this case might mess around and find its way in my top 10 because this is such a sleeper and an underrated case that I had to go out here and give you guys this video, even though I know a lot of people have already done it. Solid case right here for the price point, and this is just a good pick-me-up if you want to just have a little solid case as a backup in case you want to. But I'm not discrediting this. Look, go pick it up. Great case, $21.99. Go check it out. But if you want to hear about the Rebel Air that I keep comparing this to, we might need to bring back the case battles. Y'all let me know in the comment section if you want to see that. I will pop that video right here.